It's Hillary with Tempost Sells, and today is a little haul video, a little poquito haul video. And I thought I would just share some of the things that I got at, this is a combination of Goodwill and, yeah, this is a combination of different Goodwills and one garage sale item. So, yeah, let's just get into it. So we're going to start with a garage sale item, and I was thinking this would be good for Poshmark home goods. I try to keep a couple of things in home goods. I try to keep as many, items in each category, and at least one item in each of the designer parties. This is a little wooden bowl, and I thought this would be cute for a home item, and I thought it would photograph well. And I'll probably put a little key in there or something. And what's really cool is it's got all these like notches and things. And this was $1 at a garage sale. I walked up actually on the way to an estate sale and saw the garage sale. So I thought, I also, these have not been cleaned, and I don't think I've looked up comps for any of these except for a couple of items. These are Sperry topsiders, or not Sperry topsiders, but Sperry shoes, and I thought they were in pretty good condition. They look clean. I have not cleaned them yet, and I love that it's got the little, dealy bopper here so you don't have to lace, what size are they? They're a 9.5. Oh, fit me. Anyway, 9.5s, and those are super cute. I did, however, look up the comp for this because I never find North Face ever. I think I have a pair of North Face shorts in my inventory, and maybe a shirt. But I found this, and when I found it, I was like, oh, I'm not going to get it unless it's half off. But I looked it up, and the comps are selling between, like around 30 to 50, and this was 10. This is the Apex Bionic jacket. It's from, I think, 2010 or 2013, but it's in really good shape. And the only thing I could find that wasn't in good shape about it was here, where it's pilling. And I can just use my gleaner on that and get those pills off, and they will be good as new. This is a size medium also, which is nice. I normally probably wouldn't pick up something like this, but I just really liked the print on it. It's a little kid's backpack. The company is Kona, Africa and India. So it looks like it's probably some sort of joint project, some sort of humanitarian project. But I love that it's got, these bright colors. It's a good size for like a 7-year-old. And it was in very good condition. The zipper is good. It looks brand new. It looks like it was ever used. I pick up wallets. I usually will sell a wallet here and there. I think I have one in my closet right now. I think I have a baby fat wallet. But I try to keep like these kind of, when I see one of these like old-fashioned ones, I usually try to keep one. This was a Brixton, and at Goodwill they're fairly inexpensive, and it has, the slot for your money. But the thing that I was really keen on was it has all these card slots. So card slot here, card slot here, card slot here, and card slot here. And then it's got, another billfold. And so this is a nice wallet with a coin purse divided. And I will clean that up and get that just a little better looking. It's taken some heat there. This one is actually what drew me over to the wallet, because you ever just have that moment where you're like, your eyes just go boop, and you're like, no, that's not what I saw. And this was just sitting there, like all face up, like, hey, look at me, anybody, look at me, please get me, look at me. A Brahmin wallet. It is a small billfold wallet, but it is in very good condition. And I did look up the comps, and the comps were selling for only about 30 bucks. But now I have a Brahmin in my closet, and that fits into the party. And so that will bring people into my shop, and that's cool. And I'll probably price this fairly high, like say, like about 35 or 40 bucks. Sometimes I get things that are just in too good a condition and just too adorable. And I will totally admit I am a sucker for children's shoes. And these are Nautica, and look how adorable they are. And it doesn't look like they were ever even really worn out in weather. So I haven't looked up the comps on this, but they look quite saleable to me. I wanted to get, last year, I just started, last October, I think, reselling. And last year I had, I think, one coat, and it sold for a nice amount of change. And I went out to go get more coats, and there were no coats. So I thought, well, I'm going to get more coats and jackets and vests and things. And so you saw the North Face one. And then, there's so very little cute plus size items there. And this is a Jane Ashley puffer vest. It's got pockets, zipper, and it's a 1X. And it's gray, it's basic, and you can layer it. And so I think that'll be a good seller. And I'll probably list that on eBay. And I'll probably start it at about 30, 35. Another winter item I got is this Madison sweater. And I haven't had like the best of luck with Madison. I think it's a Macy's brand. But I liked that this had a nice, super cowl-y sort of collar, like a nice, not cowl, what am I trying to say? Shawl collar. And it just looked really kind of warm and fuzzy and, oversized. It is an extra large, and so if you wanted to oversize it as a large or a medium, it would give you kind of that slouchy sort of current look. And it's got the cable down the sleeve, so I thought it was a nice basic. And I'll put this on Posh for, I don't know, I haven't looked yet, $30. And one of the things that I did want to point out, I don't think you can see it. This was an item that when I got it home, I realized it was stained on the shoulder. It had like this big brown stain, like somebody had spilled coffee up the side of it. And I used my Puracy, and that worked just great. So that is a nice shape, a sweater in good shape. This is another thing that sort of peeped out from the corner of the store, and it was just like, what in the world is that? And I didn't know that it was anything special. It was just glitzy. It's a men's t-shirt by a company called Switch Remarkable. And while I was in the store, I looked up, it's kind of got like an African sort of tribal look to it, but then at the bottom it's got these spatters, and then this is gold and the spatters are white. Here's the label here that's at the bottom, and then here's the tag inside. I looked it up while I was in the Goodwill, and the comps were really good, like 25, 30 bucks. So yeah, that was a good deal. And as soon as I get it unwrinkled, I can take a photo of it because it's ready to go. And I took a photo and I realized, oh, that's wrinkled. This purse, I don't know. I got it because it just was so interesting to me. It was on sale. This one was one of the half off items, and it's I went to look inside because I thought it was vintage, and it is Franklin Covey. I didn't even know they made purses. and it's got like all these like little pen holders and some kind of strappy do, probably to hold your tiny Nokia phone from 1982 or whatever in there. It zips. It has a little crack in the leather here, but we're just gonna list that as is. We're gonna put that on eBay. It's not selling for much, so I'll probably just put it on eBay for like $15 or $20. I didn't find one exactly like this, but the other Covey purses are not, that look to me look better, aren't selling for as much. So this one I'm just gonna make a couple of dollars on. It's not the prize that I thought it was. Speaking of prizes that I wouldn't think they were, I mean, I saw these and I was just like, these are beautiful. And I have trouble with shoes, y'all. I have so many times three times I've gotten home and I've had two different size shoes. So I made sure that so I was looking at these, I made sure they were both the same size, and I actually did a side-by-side comparison to make sure, one they didn't both say 8, and, put them together and there's 2 inches shorter than the other. But what I didn't notice, because it's actually hard to see inside the shoe, I don't even know which shoe it is. Oh, it's this one. It's actually the leather is ripped in there, and the person who donated the shoes put tape in there, and so there's the tape residue that's sticky in there. So I don't know what I'm going to do with those. I might take them to my shoemaker and see what he suggests. I might put a heel tap, and not a heel tap, but a heel cover in there, because it's actually just the bottom, this part inside the shoe that's raw. So I just might put a little heel cover in there that's and disclose that in the sale. Because look at them. They're like, I don't know who did this to these shoes, but they're, in the heel, but these are beautiful. And the wear on the bottom is really not that much. And I don't know if I said those were Cole Haan, but they are. And then the last item was, it was like a holy grail moment for me. You always hear like all these brands, and you're like, I'm just going to put them in the back of my head, and, I'll find, a Johnny Was or an Everlane or a Pilcrow in the letterpress or something. And I have found those items, except I haven't found Everlane. But I saw these when I walked in, and I saw the little tag, and I was like, those couldn't possibly be. I'm going to get up close, and they're going to say Target. And my Goodwill, when you walk in to one of the Goodwills that's near me, the shoes are on the right, and the very first shoe rack that you see are the pishy-poshy, we're going to charge, $30 for these shoes, and they're all stacked up. And these were not there. They were over toward the end, and my eye just went boop, and I was really surprised how good a condition these hunters are in. They are a small size. They are a 6 or a 6.5. But my surprise was, I was like, oh, somebody has moved them, and they're just supposed to be in the, have a $30 tag in them or something, and they did not. They had the regular boot $6.99 tag. So I have crossed Hunter off my list, off my bingo list. And let me see. I can't remember what size these were. Why is the size so far down? They're size 6. So they're small. But I like that they're these shorter length instead of the tall ones. So I think those will do real good. I did not look up the comps. I just threw them in the buggy and ran away. And then I was really self-conscious because I thought, well, somebody's gonna take them out of my cart. Well, I'm not looking. So I think that was a pretty good haul, and I think I'm going to get those items listed in the next couple of days, and they will be on Poshmark, and they will be on eBay. I don't think any of these I'm going to put on Mercari. I try to be like selective about what kind of items go where. And so Macari tends to get kind of like my nerdy collectory kind of stuff. I'll put like, you know, Star Wars tees and I have some Funko Pops that are ready to go up this year, and yeah, that tends to be what I put on games that I put on Mercari, just because in the past they did well versus all the other stuff I had on there, and so I just kept with it. There's some clothing items on there, and every once in a while somebody asks a question or I get info in there, but for the most part, that's what I get. So I didn't have anything from Mercari today. And most of this stuff will be on Posh. And once October rolls around, we will start putting more of our winter items up. I keep trying. It's 95 degrees here still. So I have a really hard time holding the sweaters and everything. It just makes me hot and dizzy and gross feeling. So I hope like in the next couple of weeks as we go into October, we'll just start listing more of our winter items. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and leave a thumbs up. And I invite you to subscribe for more of my reseller content here on Tempost Sells, and I hope to see you again in the future. Thanks, and Tempost out.